Because if you audit all these achievements, many of them were our innovations, in spite of the opposition by the different groups which you can name, 1, 2, 3. Who brought up the milk sector? You tell me, who brought up the milk sector? Was it the Minister of Agriculture? Not at all. It was us. How about the maize? When the maize became a cash crop, the only person who helped me with the maize was Sectoreko, the former Minister of Agriculture. The fruits, all these efforts which we make, many of them are by us, but facing opposition from some of the political actors, but mainly also the civil service. But also, in spite of the corruption, because corruption has become really a big issue, and we are going to smash it. I can tell you, we have started with the airlines, and we are going to smash the corrupt people. If it was not for this opposition, we would have achieved much more. So therefore, this cabinet, what is this cabinet for? Number one, it is a cabinet of cohesion. We want cohesion in the system. Not for this one to say, for the president to say this, then somebody says something different, then no, please. We want a government of cohesion. The people elected something called National Resistance Movement. National Resistance Movement is clear what it says. I want the program of the National Resistance Movement to be implemented. And implemented enthusiastically. Not pushing people as if they are going to weed my garden. Secondly, it must be a government of no corruption. You people should be very careful. There is no corruption which I don't know. The only problem with Ugandans is they say, I have told you, but don't quote me. This is the problem. Otherwise, whatever corrupt thing you do, I know. There's nothing I don't know. The one who asks for a bribe here, the one who, they come and whisper to me. Why didn't you record him or her? I don't want. But we are advising schemes how to capture these people. So I appeal to you, the ministers. Don't accept any favor. Don't ask for a favor from anybody, nor accept any. Even if they give you, say no. When I came from the bush, this Banyankore wanted to give me cows. I rejected the cows. No, cows, Banyankore, that was their Moses that I had liberated them. So thank you very much. If I am Moses was not given cows. I don't need cows from you. I know how to get my cows. If you want to be a leader, I have been a leader for 60 years now. A student leader, a resistance leader, a state leader now, is because I never, this Banyankore, when lightning, when they knew something about physics, the Banyankore also, they knew the difference between light and sound. When lightning, yeah, the Banyankore says, Gambira hai guru. You speak from there, don't come and hit me, because I have never taken anything from anybody. That's what the Banyankore says. Before the sound has come, when he sees the light, he shouts, Gambira hai guru, you speak from up there. I have never eaten anything from a friend or from an in-law. I am clean, so please don't come and cause me problems. So the Wanyankwere knew that lightning strikes those who have got problems. So, please, these 60 years, you can see this opposition, they come up, what? They can't defeat me because they are telling lies. Because I have never taken anything from anybody. I only live by my sweat and by my struggle, and I don't owe anything to anybody. And nobody can say, you did this, I helped you to steal this money. No. So please, if you want to be durable leaders, don't accept any favor from anybody. Don't seek favor, don't accept any, even if they give it to you. And don't tolerate corruption under you. So the second mission of this cabinet is no corruption. No corruption. The third mission is integration. We are working on the unit of East Africa. That's why I put my young sister, Rebecca Kadaga, Deputy Prime Minister, Minister for East Africa, assisted by Ikuya Magode. You know Ikuya Magode? Is he here? Stand up and they see you. Where is Ikuya Magode? Stand up, just stay where you are. Stand up, just there. There he is. That's one of my old comrades from the 1960s. He was our secretary for Uganda-Vietnam Solidarity Committee in 1967-68 in Mbare. The other day I was talking to Emugisu, one of my Bagisu supporters. He said, you have given us only 3 ministers, Bagisu. I said, no, you don't know your mathematics. There are 4. So who is the 4th one? I said, Ikuya Magode. Because he was operating in Mbare with Nabudere, just behind the BCU there. We had our office there. So integration, because we must resolve the issue of the market. The economy is growing, but the question is, where do we sell all these products? That's why we must address the issue of the East African and the African integration. This must be a cabinet of patriotism. Many of the people, they do things which are not patriotic at all. They don't care. They just care about themselves. There is corruption, but there's also lack of patriotism, lack of concern. I'll give you one example. We are hunting people who shot at Katumba and killed his daughter and killed the driver. And we shall get them using so many ways. The cameras saw them. I told the police, you show the public the video. And I'm sure they showed it to you. But the problem was that these people had covered themselves, their face. But there are other ways. Now, one of the ways, which actually I didn't know, I learned it from this policeman. Because actually some people saw them, not on the scene, what do you call it? Not on the scene, but later. Because they changed clothes and people saw them. There was no camera where they changed clothes, but people saw them. Now, these police have capacity. If I see you and I describe you, these police experts can draw the picture of you from the description, and then they get your image. And they put it in the computer, and we get your appearance. They can do it. That's how we got the killers of Kagezi. That's how we got them. So I told this new deputy policeman, Rokesh, say, please, the police can use the description of those people and get the image of those people, and then we put it out. Amazing. The people who knew how to do that had been retired from the police. Oh, those ones, the one who knew how this was retired. You retired him, and you didn't replace him? What sort of? Now, why should somebody like that? I want to know who retired that person. Without replacement, he will not remain in the police. So you can see, this is not necessarily corruption, but it is a lack of concern. He's not bothered, he doesn't care. And that's how the systems deteriorate. Even this corona, how is this corona spreading? It's spreading because people don't care. Even here in State House, I have had several escapes with Mama here. The staff, we are supposed to be in quarantine, somebody goes and gets corona. You hear, oh, this one. I think 3 times, Mama and myself have escaped corona from this system here. Idiots. Why do you go to the public if you don't have a public spirit? Why do you say I want to work for the public? If you don't work for the public, go and do your own private things. So, the fourth thing I want this group to do is patriotism. Do things because you are a patriot. I used to come from, I was a young boy, in my 20s, 30s. I would come from Tanzania, come underground, come do underground work here, very dangerous work. Go back to Tanzania. Who was supervising me? Who was Mwalimu would send me, but he wouldn't be here to supervise me. We were supervising ourselves because of commitment. Nobody should be in the public if you don't have a public spirit. And if you are the supervisor, me, I cannot tolerate anybody under me. Once I detect that, out, you go. Because if I tolerate you, I am endangering the system. So patriotism. How would somebody allow the only policeman who has got first of all, why do you have only one person who has got a skill, which you know is very important? Why not multiply it by training? But if you haven't, how can you allow the only one who has got that skill to retire? Can you imagine? Oh, the one who knew this retired. Who allowed him to retire? So therefore, we don't want parasites in the public service. We don't want parasites. Parasites are things which take from but add nothing to the body. They take from the body, they add nothing. Then number 5, this government must be a government of service delivery. Because there is economic development, but there is service delivery, education, health, the roads. I don't want to hear anymore all these outcries. The issue of justice, land. People are crying because of evictions. So therefore, this cabinet must look at those 5 targets. Service delivery, patriotism, integration, no corruption, cohesion, and cohesion. Now, coming to the appointees, if I start with the Vice President, Jessica Rupo, first of all, she's a hard worker, and she listens to my advice. Because I started with her, I said, you, Arupo, those Batias will not get out of poverty if you don't solve the issue of enterprise selection. Because the Batias in the past used to have cows, but also they would grow cotton for the colonial system. Then he would buy a bicycle and maybe education and so on. But I asked them, I said, did they have permanent houses? Nobody answered that very well to me. Even now, I would like somebody, what was the situation of housing in Teso, northern Uganda, in the colonial times? Did they have permanent buildings? Did they have brick houses? How many brick houses were there? I didn't see them, because even if they are destroyed by a war, you can see the bricks. That there was a house here which was destroyed by war. So I told Arupo, I said, you grow fruits. Start yourself. And we started growing. She's a big fruit grower because she listened to my advice. Initially, the Batias were eating our fruits. They said fruits are for eating, they are not for commercial. Just come and pick. Then I said, okay, let's make a fence. So we have been in some resistance with Arupo to cause change in Teso through enterprise selection, through enterprise with the Aymar, with the Chibaro, with the Chura, with the Otita. She works for Unity because she was in the Catholic chaplaincy. When she was in the parliament the other time, they had a Catholic chaplaincy. Then I explained to her, I said, don't emphasize too much that Catholicism. Punguza hiyo kitu. Talk about Uganda. And corruption. Her father died in our struggle, the father of Arupo. She was blown up by a landmine by the rebels. So some of these cadres, I noticed them and I identified them. But sometimes she likes quarreling. So at one time I said, if you want to fight, this is the solution. I will send you to Somalia so that you fight and the anger stops. Because in Somalia, you have got a very good opportunity to fight. So she will sort that one out, the issue of quarreling. Because at one time she was quarreling with Kasere Mumba. I had to be a mediator and say, please stop. And I was not paid mediation fees. Now we come to our Prime Minister, Nabanja. Nabanja, very committed, hardworking, very active mobilizer, anti-corruption. Because in that parliament, you have been having corruption. And Nabanja told me, long ago, she had seen something. She was smelling the rat there. She came and told me. Then, very straightforward, when we were having the by-election in Bunyoro, some people their eyes were not looking straight. Are you looking forward or you are looking? But Nabanja, very, very, very straightforward. But also, you see I think you people should take advantage of this NRM. This NRM was the issue of Bunyoro. Bunyoro has been mishandled for a long time by the British, especially by the British. And then some of the political actors, because they don't belong to, they don't understand our system here. One of the advantages that you could get from some of us is that we are people of this area. If you go, when I restored the cultural institutions, I thought they would understand the chain link of this area. So I hear some people saying, Uganda was created by the British. Rubbish. Uganda was here long, long ago. It was not called Uganda, but we were very linked people. At one time, after we had one kingdom. From 900 AD to about 1500, we were under one kingdom. And it's a chain link. You start in Mwanza, in Tanzania. There are people there called Bajinja and Wakerewe, near Mwanza. You come to Bukoba, the Bahaya. You come to Karagwe, the Banyambo, Banyankore, Banyoro, Batoro, Banyoro, but they broke away. Buganda here, Busoga. This is Busoga. I was speaking with the people who are here, the Waramoji. The Bagwere, Namuyangu. I was surprised when I appointed our Minister of State for Bunyoro that some Bunyoro said, that one is not a Bunyoro, rubbish, then you are not a Bunyoro yourself. Namuyangu is a real Bunyoro. Just because you don't know our history. And then the chain goes on up to the Samia, Bagisu, then our Nilotic people came from Sudan, the Achoris, the Langi, and they become part of the system. If you go to the palace of Mutebi here, there's something called Wankach. Wankach. The Baganda say Wankach. They talk about it. Where did Wankach come from? They don't know. But we restored you so that you discover all these linkages. Instead of that, they are just busy with the parochialism, localism. Wankach is a Luo word. Wankach is a Luo word. Omubara gwabe abensenene omubara. Lubala is a Luo word. Do you have any real rules here or they have also disappeared? Lubala, it is a Luo word, meaning anthem. So, the linkages of Uganda, I know them. That's why I restored these kingdoms. Because I wanted them to, I didn't see them as necessarily a danger if they were properly used. But now these opportunities are there, just there, looking localism. So, Nabanja now is now the biggest Munyoro since Kabarega. Then on the other side you have Congo, our people in Congo. You have the Bakonjo, you have the Banyarwanda, the Barundi. All these are part of the chain. There is one of my beauties. She's called Nyamahunje. Nyamahunje, where's Nyamahunje? Nyamahunje, come here and they look at how beautiful you are. Nyamahunje, come. She was here, I saw her somewhere. Or she has gone away. Nyamahunje there. Stand there and look at those people and they see how beautiful you are. This side, Nyamahunje. That Nyamahunje, I knew her through the mobilization. Her name is Nyamahunje. She's from Bunyoro. But she's married in Uganda here, so she's a Rubega. So when I heard the name, I said, do you know what it means? Of course she didn't know what it means. Because nobody is talking about the positive side of the culture of the people. The cultural groups are busy with just arrogance and parochialism. So I told Nyamahunje, Nyamahunje is a historical name in our part of the world, in Bunyoro, in Toro, in Ankole, I'm sure even in Karagwe, Tanzania. And I taught her a song. Ori hakafunjo komunyanja, nuwaruswera Nyamahunje komunjeya, kanke henga tware mukuru watata, ajaswera Nyamahunje komunjeya. I heard that song when I came from Tanzania, 1979. I really became so, because it reminded me of our heritage. Those songs are known in all these parts of the world. In Ankole, in Bunyoro, in Toro, in Karagwe. So therefore, I'm happy to recognize the importance of Bunyoro as part of the chain through this active young lady called Nabanja. Now, then in the cabinet, they are the children of the veterans. I also made a point to pick some children of the veterans. Because we have given so many people opportunity, but they misuse it. They don't. So I have said, okay, let me also try the children of the veterans. Many of them, you don't know them. But fortunately, we educated them. Chofa, where is Chofa? Chofa, come here. You mean now about 10. You have turned the wrong way, you should turn. Now, Biamukama. Biamukama, where is Biamukama? Oh, Biamukama had disappeared. Aisha Sekindi. Okerorium didn't come. Now, these are children of the veterans. One of them had been elected, Biamukama had been elected in Kakumiro area. Chofa has been mobilizing in Kampala here. Aisha was elected in Karungu. So now you people, you now push the program of your parents. Okay, go and sit down. Then you have the young ones, the babies, the Kampala parents. Mutasingwa. Where is Mutasingwa? Are you not a Kampala parent product? That's Kampala parents? So there you are. So this is your chance now. Of course, thank you. Go and sit down. I have already shown you the ancients, like Ikuya. These are my group, the ancient people. So, this cabinet should decisively push Uganda into the middle income status. We have this issue of the corona, which we shall resolve. I appeal to everybody concerned to listen to the guidelines, because even in Europe, where they have vaccinated many people, you saw that in all the European countries, they have not opened up. Why? Because this virus, the vaccines are against some of the strains, not all. In particular, there is what they call the Delta, which they say is Indian or something like that. Apparently, it's not covered by these vaccines which they are giving, even the ones we got ourselves. But we are developing our own vaccine here, which actually will be better than all those vaccines of the foreigners. But it will take some months to be ready. We shall import some of these vaccines as we have done. We are also looking at the therapeutics. Because you are professors who are from the rural areas, like myself, know some of these things now with a little bit of, with their education, they think there may be some solution. I've been talking to some of them. But anyway, we shall get a solution, either the vaccine or a therapeutic. But in the meantime, let's avoid. What I said during my broadcast, this is not the problem of the virus, it is we are the problem. Because the virus doesn't go more than 2 meters. If I have the virus, it can only go 2 meters from me. And it will stop there and it will stay on the ground briefly and it will die. But because of the indiscipline, that's why the virus is killing people. So I am sure we shall solve this problem, and then we embark on our real program of using this term, this Kisanja, to cause social economic transformation of our people. I thank you and I wish you good luck. We shall meet in the cabinet next week. Thank you very much.